We're here live at TEDx Beacon Street, and I'm sitting down with Stephane Bancel, CEO of Moderna. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So your talk today, wasn't actually a talk, it was more of an interview
Yes.
on stage there. And the interview was an update on a talk you gave 2 years ago here. So why don't you, let's back up. Why don't you tell us about that original talk that you gave?
So 2 years ago, I talked about a totally new way to make medicine, which is instead of making medicine in a bioreactor, in a tank, in a factory very far away, of us sending you instruction to make your own medicine inside your body.
And so how does that happen? Do I shoot my ingredients into me or what?
So actually what you shoot is a set of instruction, which is called messenger RNA. That is the technical term of what is used in your body. And once your cell see that messenger RNA, they read the instructions on it, like software. It is actually the software of life. That's what your cells use all day long just to keep you alive. And that set of instructions they read and they make a protein, think insulin, and then you are healthy again.
Right. So when you gave the talk 2 years ago, at what stage were you at? Was this just an idea that you had, or was it already a practice that was in place? Where was it back then?
So 2 years ago, the company was still pretty young. We were like 2 years old. We were only in the lab, working with animals. And now we are in clinical trials. 350 people have been dosed in Germany, in the US now, and most probably next week will be also in Australia. We're expanding our reach. And we have around 12 products that are going through development, i.e. testing in humans, some of them already, some of them very soon. So the company has really changed phase from the lab into clinical testing.
Wow, I don't know much about this. My take would be that that's great progress for 2 years of time. Is that true?
Yes, especially when you have to invent everything. What is really interesting about Moderna is because you don't have any messenger RNA drugs approved in the marketplace. We had to invent everything. How do you make it? How you test for quality control? And so that took a lot of time. But when you compare to most pharmaceutical companies who do discovery in the labs for 5-6 years before going to clinical trial, that was actually very fast. And we think actually that now that we invented how to do it, we are able to go much faster.
That's great. So I think one of the best things about you coming back here is because TEDx Beacon Street is all about ideas and action, and it's just so great to see someone who was on our stage 2 years ago and put this in action. And we already have this progress that you can share with us. That's really great. And let me ask you this at the end here: where do you see this being 2 years from now?
So 2 years from now, I could see us having more than 25 drugs in clinical trial, which is, if you look at the number, it is without any precedent. Most biotech companies, they will do 1, 2, maybe 3 drugs in the clinic, and that would be awesome because most biotech companies never get into the clinic. They die before getting clinical trials. So I think this is where we're going to be around 2 years from now, and we have some very exciting ones, like we have a Zika vaccine that we already filed to FDA to get into the clinic. So we'll have a lot of exciting data.
Wow, we can't wait to see. You're going to have to come back 2 years. In 2 years.
I will be happy to.
And remind everyone, if they want more information about this, if this is something that's interesting, where can they go to find that?
I mean, usual stuff, our website, Moderna.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the good stuff.
Great. Well, thanks so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you.
And you can see Stephane's entire interview on the TEDx stage by going to TEDxBeaconStreet.com.